Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's La Demi and today is story time, bitch. So this probably happened, let's see, I want to say 2 years ago. I don't know, it's been some time, but it's definitely one of those stories you tell and you choke on for dear life because it's like, oh my god, that really did happen. Like, holy fuck, we could have been dead. It takes place in LA. Me and my girlfriend were at the club having the time of our lives. Unstoppable. Could never bring us down. Running table to table to table. Doing our things. Getting up. Dancing. Throwing glasses. Throwing ice. Just, you know, living the LA club life. We end up at this table. And there's tons of, you know, black people, white girls, like just everyone mixed in. But the black guys had a total different, you know, accent. When they were talking to us, it wasn't like British, it was like more French, maybe like a French. I can do French. I can't do French. I can't do French, so I'm not even gonna fucking try. So anyways, we're there, we're partying, having a good time, and club starts to close. And that's usually, I feel like I hate, because once I'm started, once I'm pumped up, once I have the boozy inside my body, I'm like unstoppable. I don't want to stop. I want to keep going, and like I'm like a kid at recess, like screaming when the bell rings. So bell rings and it's time to wrap it up. Closing time. Get it together. So me and my girlfriend stepped down and we're about to leave. We're like, okay, well, you know, should we just go home? Should we do an after party? Like, what are we feeling here? 100% after party. So we turn around and we look at all these guys, and all the guys are like, where are you going? Go da da da, like zoo. I can't do their accent, but just imagine an accent. They're like, where are you guys going? You guys have to come with us. The both of you are coming with us. We're having an after party. We're staying at, you know, the SLS Bazaar, whatever. And we're like, okay, like that's chic, cute, whatever. Like, seems like fun. Let's go ahead and just continue having fun. Mind you, in our mindset, we are not anywhere in the mindset like thinking like, let's go hook up, let's go, you know, be nasty, let's go be out and about and get into bad trouble. We're having a good time. It's LA. So we're like, whatever, let's just go with them and see what the fuss is all about. You know, all these chains have to be for something. So we're leaving the club, and as soon as we walk out, well, flashes, paparazzi, of course. And all of a sudden we hear like vroom, 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 and like we look and there's these two Lambos. They're either Ferraris and Lambos. I could never tell, don't know the difference. Never cared to care, don't care about cars. It is what it is. So these two Lambos come racing up. There's like a white one and a red one. So the first one pulls up and the next one pulls up, and then suicide doors. If you don't know what suicide doors are, they're the doors that slide up like wings. They don't open like normal people doors. So then they like press a button and the doors go up, and the guy comes up to us and goes, you and that car. And then he points at me and he goes, you and that car. And me and her look at each other like, we want to go together. Like, what? My friend, it's like full daredevil, is just like, alright, go, see you there. And like before I could even turn around and tell him like I want us to go together, she's already, I see that suicide door fucking closing and she's in, and they're zoop. And I'm like, okay, well, okay, I'm quite alone. So I get inside the other car, just kind of like very vaguely remember what he looked like. He was kind of stocky, so many chains, just iced out for the gods. I wish he would have given me a chain. Anyways, we're getting to close it. Literally, that other car is waiting for us. We pull up. literally just take off racing. And I'm holding onto the ceiling, I'm holding onto the door. Girl, I am like, and he has the windows down, my hair is like this everywhere, and I'm holding onto everything. He grabs my hand, he's like squeezing it, and he starts like, he put his hands on my thigh, and I'm like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, like, this is the most. We pull up at the SLS, valet opens my door, he comes running around. The valet guy that offered his hand to help me out, that guy's like, no, get away, whatever, I got it from here. Puts his hand out, I get out, and guys, I cannot really remember what I was wearing. I remember I was wearing my short blonde little peruca with the dark roots. I think I was wearing like thigh-high shorts and like a crop top, like a jersey tee crop top. And I'm looking around, I'm like, where's my friend? And they're like, they'll be here in a second. So then, sure enough, zoom. She pulls up, she gets out, and they kind of walk, you know, next to bushes because the guy, I think, had to use the restroom or something and was just being obnoxious and had to use the restroom closest, the bush. I'm there and I'm standing, I'm on my phone, like literally at this point I'm nervous, my alcohol is dying out, I'm like, uh-oh, this is getting weird, like I'm standing here, I'm like, why are we waiting? He's like, I'm waiting for my friend to get here, whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay, like, are they closed? And they're like, it's the people from the club, they're gonna be on the way too, it's other guys are coming over, we're gonna hang out. Then I look diagonal, like across, you know, the hotel valet area, and I see my friend, she had her hair in like a high slicked up ponytail. I see the guy holding her by the back of her neck, like he has her in a neck, and like her ponytail is in the neck as well, with the hair to the neck. I was looking and I was like, oh, like, they're getting jiggy with it so fast. Like, she just met him. I thought that they were kissing because he was so close to her. In my head, I didn't think anything of it. I was like, okay, they're making out, they're kissing, whatever. Turn around, and then I hear that guy on his phone, and he's talking French, and he's looking at me up and down, going like, and then he would stop, and he would look at me like this. He asked me to hold out my hand. He was like, let me see your hand, whatever, like in his accent, and like I held out my hand and I was like, that moment it kind of clicked in my head. I was like, uh-oh, he's like trying to clock me, like he's trying to figure out what's going on with me. Maybe I'm too good for life, like I look a little too turned, like kind of in my stomach it twisted because I was like, uh-oh, like we were just here to have a good time, like we're just having fun, you know, not here to harm anyone or anything like that. So then at that point I was like, ugh, I take my hand back, and I'm waiting for my friends to come back just to be like, I don't think it's a good idea because I don't want to go up there and like, I don't want anything bad to happen or anything like that. But at the same time, like, Demi, you're being too in your head. My friend walks up, and at this point we're all walking up the stairs, we're going into the hotel, and I'm strutting, you know, just purely honestly slaying. She goes, Demi, I don't think this is a good idea. And I'm like, we're going to upstairs, they're in the penthouse suite, should be fun, there's gonna be drinks, we can hang out, we can chill, we can talk, there's gonna be music, party continues. She goes, no, you don't know what just happened. And I'm like, what? She was like, he had me by my neck so hard. I was like, y'all weren't kissing? She was like, no, we were not kissing. And at this point, we're walking up, the servants at the door, I'm done with my life. The people at the door open up the doors, they like say, greetings, Mr. Whatever, and he like walks in, and like his posse walks in with him, and it's like a bunch of French guys. And she was like, he had me by my neck squeezing so hard. She was like, my neck is in throbbing pain. She's like, do you want to know what he told me? And I'm like, what did he tell you? She was like, he said that if I take anything, if I stole anything, if I took pictures of anything that I saw, if I spoke to anyone that was in the room that, you know, just was minding their own business, that he would kill me. She was like, I giggled, and he didn't giggle, he just like looked at me like he was so serious. And I was like, are you kidding me? And she was like, no. He said that he would take our phones away, and he would decapitate our heads, and nobody would look for us. What? Like, honestly, when someone tells you that, and it's your best friend, and she looks so startled, and you know, you're already into the hotel, you guys are walking down the hallway, and at the end is the elevator, and she's telling you that if you took pictures of anything, said the wrong thing, messed up, stole anything, took pictures of any money laying around or anything like that, and they found out about it, that they would come and get you, decapitate you, and nobody would care to look for you, that they would make sure that you were properly put away. At that point, I was like, I remember looking at her, and my stomach was turning because it literally brought me back to just a couple minutes before when they were speaking French on the phone, and he was staring at me with such a cold look, but I was being insecure, so I was like, maybe not. And then it brought back the flashes of, you know, him holding my hands and looking at my hands and just looking back at me. Holy shit. If they had other intentions with us and they found out something about me, we're fucked. At that moment, we couldn't talk anymore because we got to the tip of the elevator, and it was just all of us standing there. All the guys went in and turned around and looked at the both of us. She looked at me and she goes, like, we both took a breath. We both looked at each other like, oh fuck, get in, like, come on, let's go, we're going now, come on, get up. And they were so quick about everything. Every move they made was like, chop, come on, let's go now, get in. I remember they literally said, get into her. And I looked at her and I pretended I grabbed my stomach, because literally my stomach was turning. I think I'm sick. And I was like, I think I have to throw up, I need to find a restroom down here. And they were like, no, get in now. And they were holding the elevator open. You know, the elevator's like closing, and then they, like, you can put your arm out and it reopens. It was closing and they kept doing it, and then they're like, get in already, we're going up. My friend was holding my back and holding my arm, and they're like, I don't think she can go up, she needs a restroom right now. And I was just like, in my head, I was like, let's start walking away, like, just leave the situation, start walking out of the premises. So I remember I'm hunched over and I'm acting, and I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna throw up, and I start walking. And we start leaving, and it's at the point where, like, we're starting to walk away, but you can't walk too fast. You're like, I'm trying to be the best actress I can be for the Grammys, girl. So we're walking away, and she's holding me, and at this point the elevator's going, and they're like holding it open, and then the other two guys like step off the elevator and start following behind us. Girl, when we get to the double doors where the, not the servant, the employee, the door lady that worked there, when we got to those doors, I looked at her and said, bitch, let's run. The doors opened, and me and her took off running. The first SUV we saw, we threw our bodies inside. We know your Uber, whatever, we'll give you cash, like, we don't care, just please get us out of here right now. I remember turning around and seeing the two guys standing at the door next to the door lady. Me and her looking at each other like, what was that? And it all just came so surreal, because she also told me when he had her by the neck that they were a part of the Mafia. And I'm not going to say what name of the Mafia it was, what it was of the Mafia, although we had done nothing wrong. It was just the scare tactic of being in that wrong environment, and if you did do something or say something wrong, that you would be done. So now, every now and then, we like talk and be like, hey girl, remember when we almost died? And like, literally our faces will drop and be like, like, I've never felt like that in such a situation where my heart literally feels like it's shitting out of my ass. I know we're all young and it's fun going out, having a good time, drinking, partying with your friends, and meeting people. It's all a way of life. Don't be scared to do it. But at the same time, know your surroundings and pay attention to your friends, what's going on, and what's being spoken about, because more than likely, you're in for a trip. Be aware. Subscribe, give a thumbs up if you want more story times, and until then, live your life safely.